Today we are driving the 2017 Volkswagen Vento 1.2TSI with the 7-speed DSG. This turbocharged 1.2 liter 4-cylinder engine makes 105 bhp at 5000 rpm and 175 newton meters of torque from 1500 to 4100 rpm. The engine is reasonably free revving. It has a strong mid-range where it pulls like a freight train. The lower range it has a bit of lag, but I don't think that lag is because of the turbo. I think that lag is because of it having an automatic gearbox, where there is a delay between you mashing the throttle and the gearbox downshifting and accelerating. The gearbox is good. It shifts very fast. It has 3 modes in which you can drive in. There's the D drive mode, which is for general driving, general city driving, cruising, where the gearbox will shift early and keep the engine RPMs to the lowest possible, which maximizes the fuel economy. Then it has the sport mode, in which the engine will hang on to a lower gear and keep it in the power band. Then there's the manual mode, which isn't really a manual mode because the gearbox will shift on its own near the red line and not at the red line, near the red line. So it will shift at like 6000 or 5500 rpm instead of the indicated 6500 rpm red line. Let's talk about steering feel. The steering is quite accurate and the car follows where you point it quite well. However, it's not the most feelsome steering. You don't exactly know what the front tires are up to, and doesn't inspire the same amount of confidence as a good hydraulic steering would do. Now the chassis is what I would call a neutral chassis. Honestly, it's quite hard to test things like oversteer and understeer because you can't drive at the limit in a city. There is a bit of body roll, but it is very well contained and predictable. The ride is one of the best things about this car. It's very compliant, it's very smooth. It rides on R15 185/60 tires that do a good job of absorbing bumps. Now, let's try shifting into manual mode. I will show you how the gearbox upshifts on its own. And also, I'll see if you can hear the turbo whistle through the microphone. See, it upshifted on its own. I did not put it in second gear there. The turbo whistle does sound quite good. The engine pulls so hard. It's mid-range. It would have been so much fun with a manual gearbox. Now coming to the things that I don't like about this car. It's a bit sparsely equipped for the price. It only has 2 airbags. It doesn't have keyless entry. The climate control system doesn't have an off button, which honestly makes life unnecessarily difficult. You have to turn the fan dial to off instead of just pushing one button. The infotainment system is quite outdated, even though it has a touchscreen and it doesn't have Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. Now, wrapping up, I think the Volkswagen Vento is a good all-round car. It is very relaxing to drive in the city. The automatic gearbox helps matters a lot. It is a great highway car. It has excellent high-speed manners and is very stable at high speeds. Is it a good enthusiast car? Not very. Had it been coupled with a manual gearbox, I would have put it higher up. But honestly, honestly, you don't have a lot of options in that price range for an enthusiast car. So if you're looking to buy something from Volkswagen and you like driving, I would suggest you buy the Polo GT. Save a bit of money, because the engine is the same, the gearbox is the same, the chassis is the same, but the Polo weighs lesser. So let's try going through this upcoming set of corners a bit quickly and see how it goes. Accelerating in the second gear.